We're going to talk about the association points. You want to keep one hand on the dog while you trace the points with the other hand. They are one soon off the vertebra on the right and left side. We can start right here, bladder 13. You find the top of the scapula, and wherever it falls off is bladder 13, that divot, and that's the lung point. So I'm going to make a note of that. Go one intercostal space over, you get bladder 14, pericardium. And another intercostal space, caudal, is bladder 15, heart. So now we're going to move backwards, use a flat hand, and find the 13th rib, the end of the 13th rib, trace it straight up to 1.5 soon off the vertebra, you get bladder 23, kidney. Now, if I go one intercostal space over between the 12th and 13th rib, trace that up, I get bladder 20, the spleen. So I get in between 23 kidney and 20 spleen. I go one up cranial for bladder 22, which is triple heater, and one more for bladder 21 intercostal space for bladder 21, the stomach. So Ditka's being a good girl. Okay, so let's find that bladder 20 again, the intercostal space between the 13th and 12th rib. And you can go backwards, cranial, one intercostal space up is 19, gallbladder. And then a second intercostal space, cranial, is 18, liver. Okay, good girl. And now we're gonna go back to bladder 23, the floating rib, follow straight up. Then I want you to find the wings of the ilium right here. Now, 2/3 of the way in between this is bladder 25. And bladder 25, we'll go here, your wings of your ilium, is your association point for the large intestine. So now let's find the wings of the ilium again and the hip bone. You come off the top of the hip bone here and you have bladder 27, and that is your point for the small intestine. And then one more point down, next divot is bladder 28, and that will be your bladder point.